story of the Pandharpur Dham. So how did Lord Vittal actually, come to this from Dwarka? Lord initially was in Vrindavan, and then he moved to Mathura, and finally he's in Dwarka now, and he's there with Rukmini Maya, and everything is like very smoothly going on, and now. Once it so happens that Rukmini Maya, she gets upset because of our dear Lord Krishna. Again, this is a Leela where Rukmini Maya is very upset that Lord Krishna is not giving her the attention, and then Rukmini Maya leaves and comes down to a forest called Dindirvan that is very close to Pandharpur Dham, and some also say that she comes back to Kaundinyapur, which is in again Maharashtra, which is her Maika, like which is her mother's home. So whenever Grihini gets upset with her husband, so she goes to her mother's home. So she came here to her Maher, that is her Maharashtra, and then definitely with like Lord Krishna, he also he came when he realized that she didn't inform anybody. So when he realized that. Rukmini Maya is missing, so he, Lord is who, like Lord knows everything, so he came down on this earth again in search of Rukmini Maya. So when he came down in search of Rukmini Maya, he also wanted to meet this wonderful devotee called Pundalik. And who is this Pundalik, if you ask? Actually, Pundalik is he he is actually a ardent devotee of the Lord from his previous life, but because he got association of, he didn't have good association in the initial days, so he after his marriage, he used to actually trouble his parents, and his parents were fed up, and then in the old age, their parents think, oh, let us go to Kashi Yatra. So they thought that we have to go to Kashi Yatra, and when they started their way to Kashi Yatra, Pundalik's wife, she said that I actually want to also go to Kashi and then take darshan of the Lord there. So like Pundalik and his wife also, they came, I mean, they started their journey to Kashi. But the hard part was that the old parents were walking on their foot, and Pundalik and his wife, they were actually seated on a horseback, and they were aramse riding on the horseback. We can see the way Pundalik is treating his parents. So after a long journey, they got Pundalik and his wife, they got tired, and they decided that they saw a Muni's ashram, and then they decided that let us stay here for couple of days, get rested, and then anyway we are in the horse ride, we are well I ahead of our parents, so we can take a rest for a couple of days and then continue our journey. So that night when Pundalik was sleeping, he saw that from the river, it was in the river bank where the ashram of the Muni was there, and the Pundalik, he saw that like some light that was appearing from the river, and when he went to see, he saw that three black ladies, very very dark and very very ugly, they came and then they took a dip in the river, and they turned themselves into beautiful shining and effulgent personalities, and then they went back, offered the obeisances to the hut of the Muni, and then they went back. And next day again, he was very curious that day, but because it was so magical, and he couldn't even accept the fact that something like this could happen. So he was that day night next day night, he was waiting that when these again will that Leela happen again. And to his surprise, again, deep in the night, those three ladies, very, very ugly, black, and covered with dirt, they come, they dip in the river, and they turn themselves into effulgent personalities. They're shining, with golden light, and they come again to the hut to offer obeisances to the Muni. And when when they are offering the prayers, Pundalik, he's like he's like, no, I cannot live in, andhakar. I want to ask, what is it, like, who are these three personalities and why are they coming every night? And when they asked, those personalities, they replied that we are Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra, and basically representation of other holy rivers. And they said that all these pilgrims, when they come, they take a dip in the holy waters to wash away their sins. And you know because of that they become so dirty. And this muni, this devotee is so wonderful that, you know just by being in association of this muni, that is, by taking a dip in the river, where this where this devotee takes a dip, when the muni takes a dip, all their sins that they have accumulated, uh, because of others who have come to take bath in them, so that they will cleanse off, and again they'll go back to their places for the day to come, where again, like, lakhs and lakhs of pilgrims come and take a dip. And when he heard that, so he was in shock. And before they left, they also told that, they told, Pundalik, that, oh Pundalik, you because of your ill treatment to your parents, are the greatest sinner of all these people. When he heard that, he was in shock. And also by this time, he had received the association of that muni, he had received the divine association of that muni. It is said that sadhu sanga sarva shastra ka hai, lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hai. Even a momentary association of a pure devotee of the Lord, it will, you know cleanse our heart. It will, actually purify our existence, and it will reveal our relationship with the Lord. If we are sincere enough, this is what a, powerful association can make. And Pundalik will realize that this is, I have done a ghor aprad, I have done a mistake by actually troubling my parents all these years, because of being in the bad association. And then he actually, went back with the horses. He begged, the he begged, the for the offenses he has committed to his parents. And again, he actually took them on the horseback, because they were old. Now he realized his mistake. He gave them a very nice kashi yatra. And he served them throughout the yatra. And then, because, and these parents were not just the normal parents, they were ardent devotee of Lord Vishnu. So this, like after this incident happened, Pundalik was a very very changed person. And he was, he was doing a lot of worship to Lord Vishnu, as well as he was taking care of his parents, anything. And he was, every moment, his only desire was, how can I serve my parents better, like that. And because, it is said that Lord Krishna is not that impressed by his direct service, but he's very much impressed by the service of his devotees. So when he saw that this Pundalik, he's serving his parents, who are Lord's devotees, Lord's heart could not wait. That, when Lord was in search of, Lord came in search of this, Rukmini Maya, he came to see this wonderful devotee called, Pundalik. And when he came to see, the Lord, so the Pundalik, he did not notice that Lord is, like, Lord came, and he just, he did not notice Pundalik. So he just, thought that somebody had come at the door. So he just threw a, brick. And then he asked, please wait, until I finish my seva to the Lord, seva to my parents. So, Vittal, like Lord Krishna, at that point of time, he was very much impressed by the service of Pundalik to his parents. And then he waited there. He waited there with his position. How we wait. We usually, when we are waiting for a long time, we just keep our hands on the on the hip, and then we wait. Like that, Lord waited. And after, serving up, the parents, when he saw the, saw when he looked back, it was Lord himself who was waiting for him from that time. And he had tears in his eyes. And, seeing the Lord, and he begged pardon for the offense he has committed unknowingly. But the Lord said that, because, you've been serving your parents who are such a wonderful devotees of me. So I don't mind at all waiting forever. And then he like Lord asked Pundalik that, you asked for a boon. At that time, Pundalik very mercifully he told that, just like how you're standing for me, O Lord, for the, Kali Yuga to come, for the years more to come, please stand here, so that people can come and take your darshan. And that day, Lord, he stood there uh, with his, sakshat form, for, for the eternity, for the, for the rest of the eternity, for the devotees to come and take his darshan. So the till date, the Lord's form that is there in Pandharpur Dham, it is not some carved form. It is Lord himself who is standing there for his devotees to come and visit him, take darshan of him, and, touch his feet, offer, offer our head to the Lord, and, release all the like difficulties, all the tension, all the anxieties that we have at the feet of the Lord. So even now, if you go to Pandharpur Dham, so there are two darshans, that is Charan Sparsh and Mukhadarshan. So Mukhadarshan, it's very quick, so you get to see the face of the Lord. Basically, you get to see the Lord from far. But Charan Sparsh, when you stand in line, and throughout, the throughout in the line, the devotees, like and everybody and anybody who's coming to take darshan of like Lord Vittal there, they are actually, they sing the glories of Vittal. So throughout we can hear the names of Vittal, we can hear the abhang that is sung by his devotees, and finally, after, 2 to 3 hours of wait, when we get inside the Garbhagraha, we see that, we will go close to the Lord, and it's just us and the Lord and nobody else. And it's just a few seconds you get, and then, like, you have to, you can touch the Lord's feet, you can place your head, and you'll get a tap from the like people there who are taking care of the Lord, that, just move away. There are so many more devotees who are, waiting. I have actually got this experience where, I went to like, I kept my head on the lotus feet of the Lord, and I didn't want to, take it out for a few seconds, and then they were pulling me from behind, and then finally they hit me on the head top, and then they said, just get lost. So many people are waiting in the back, and you cannot take this long. But, it was, it was worth the hit, because where in the world we'll get to actually, keep our head on the Lord, who is actually standing for us, waiting from eternity, for us to come take his darshan, and, actually offer our prayers. So, and then finally he went to the name Vithala, the Krishna turned to Vithala. The name Vithala is nothing but wheat. In the Marathi it means brick. So the Lord who is standing on the brick, that is Vithala. So we see here that and after that, yeah, Lord goes to Rukmini, like Lord, he doesn't go back to meet Rukmini Maya. At that time, Rukmini Maya will hear the wonderful reciprocation of him with Pundalik, and then she also comes, and she also, stays there. And even now you can see that Lord Vittal and Maya Rukmini, they are in the same temple, but yeah, they're in the different premises, but they're in the same temple. And Rukmini Maya is so merciful that I still remember that I used to daily recite these prayers of Rukmini Maya, which is there in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, if I'm not wrong, 37th chapter. Beautiful prayers of Rukmini Maya. Rukmini Maya just heard about the glories of Lord Krishna, and then she fell in love with Lord Krishna, and she's very very merciful. Even now, when we go and take our darshan, and we can offer our prayers to Rukmini Maya, that Krishna very well, and you are very dear to Krishna. So please, take these offer these prayers to Krishna on my behalf. So, we can offer prayers to Rukmini Maya, who is also standing there, and we can touch her. But Rukmini Maya is in an elevated platform, so I could never, keep my head on her feet, because I always felt she's kept in in a little elevated platform where we can not elevate. I'm not very. I'm not exactly remembering elevated or very deep because of one of the reasons. It's very hard for us to keep our head because in 1 second we'll be just thrown out. So again, like how I was saying that this Vittal, beautiful Vittal Mandir is on the bank of Chandrabhaga Maya. And again, like the Chandrabhaga Maya, it's also said that the river was formed from the perspiration of Lord Shiva himself. After he defeated Tripurari, the demon Tripurari. So then Lord Shiva, because of his perspiration, that river flowed. This is again another Lila, another story, and the river was roaring loud. And then Lord Vittala, he when he when like finally he silenced the rivers loud, so that the river flows peacefully, so that people can take a dip there happily, and get their all their sins cleansed. So even now, devotees go to Chandrabhaga Maya first, they take a dip, and then they take Vittala's darshan. And so we will be discussing. So I just wanted to give a brief of uh, Pandharpur Dham, as well as Lord Pundalik, as well as how Lord came here. But the most important thing I want to share today is how he reciprocates with his devotees, how our dear Lord reciprocates with his devotees. So I will be sharing a couple of wonderful stories. Hopefully they'll touch your hearts. When I first time when I heard these stories, in my heart, I don't know, I had a great sense of happiness. And by when we hear these a reciprocation of the Lord with his devotees, stories of the Lord with his devotees, very, very attentively, very, very, sincerely, it is said that our faith and our love for the Lord increases. Without our knowledge, our love for the Lord increases. And, most of the times we find ourselves, whenever we are put into a difficult situation, it's very hard for us to take shelter of Lord Krishna. And whenever we hear these stories sincerely, it is said that more and more unknowingly, without our own efforts, we take shelter of Lord Krishna. And what better than taking shelter of Lord Krishna in the difficulties? Because the more and more, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayisyami masucha. Lord says that when we take shelter of him, he will give us complete protection, and there is no doubt. So let us try to like for the next few minutes, let us try to hear these stories nicely, and relish, and take these stories with us forever, and try to develop that deep relationship with Lord. So first, a story I want to tell you is about the story uh, of Tukaram Maharaj. So the Tukaram Maharaj is a very, very Sant Tukaram Maharaj is a very, very well known. He's a very dear devotee of Lord Krishna, Lord Vittala, and his devotion is so immense that Lord himself, he came in so many forms, so many ways, so many times to serve Tukaram Maharaj. We can imagine, like, Lord serving his devotees. It's such a wonderful thing. We cannot even imagine how wonderful our dear Lord is, who is Bhakta Vatsala, who is ready to do anything for the for the pleasure of his devotees. So it is said that the competition between Lord and his devotees are very, very tight. The Lord, devotees want to serve the Lord, and Lord in turn wants to serve his devotees. So you may say, Mataji, where Lord is serving all of us? Actually, he's serving, he's sending so many devotees in our life, via whom we are able to go closer to Krishna. And also he's in our difficulties, so many times unknowingly we get a lot of help. And some we think that it is unknowing, but it is actually Krishna who is sending his help via his devotees. And when we become pure enough, actually Krishna will directly come to help us also, like how he actually came to help all these devotees. He will come to help us, but definitely we are in such impure level right now, but we can beg and pray that the day will come soon where we can also get darshan of, definitely not take a service of Krishna, but at least get darshan of Lord Krishna. So we will be discussing about so many devotees, but at least, I mean, I don't want to exceed the time today, but at least these four prominent devotees, we will be discussing their stories: Tukaram Maharaj, Janabai, Namdev, and Kanopatra. And then I have many more stories of, Sant Choka Mela, and then Sant Sakubai. Let's see if the time permits. We will discuss. So, like how I said, Tukaram Maharaj, he was born in Dehu. So this Dehu is actually, it's a place very very close to modern day Pune, and Tukaram Maharaj was born in this village called Dehu. And even now, so many dindis, that so many groups of devotees go from Dehu to Pandharpur Dham by walk, just to see the devotees. For days together, they travel by walk, following the tradition of Tukaram Maharaj. So Tukaram Maharaj, his childhood was very, very. He had a very, very prosperous childhood. He was very rich, and he didn't have anything to deal with. But once a drought hit his place, because of which there was no water, and then no water means no crops. And in that water, his all his relatives, very close relatives, and his wives died. And then, after he initially, he had a lot of devotion for Lord Vittala from his birth, by when throughout his childhood. But when this incident happened, when his wife Rukma Bhai, when she died, at that time he realized that this world is a very very weird world. Every one of and every one whom we think who are near and dear to us, at the end of the day they have to leave us, and we also have to leave. It's like a train, you know as soon as our stop comes, we have to leave, and as soon as other stop comes, they have to leave. Nothing waits. So when he realized that these people are sent by the Lord, for that period of time, but at the end of the day, it's just us and Lord. Life after life, it's just us and Lord who will actually eternally stay with us, and nobody will eternally stay with us. Nor our parents, nor our wife, nor our children. When that reality hit him, his devotion for the Lord intensified like anything. And he was again married to another wife, another lady called Ahuli. And we will also discuss about this, the wonderful nature of this Ahuli, who was a very very loving and chaste wife of Tukaram Maharaj. So, like how I said this, Sant Tukaram Maharaj, he had, because his devotion was intensified, his only duty was to chant the name of the Lord. So after that, throughout the day, he would chant the name of the Lord. And by the will of the Lord, whatever he would, he would try various businesses, and whatever he would get, he would just think, this is what Vittal wants to give me, and he would be very happy with it. And but on the other hand, Ahuli, she was very very upset, because this her husband, he used to always go crazy by hearing the, by chanting the name of the Lord. He would forget himself, he would forget his wife, he would forget his children, he would forget everything. And at the end of the day, you know they would not have anything much to eat. So the Ahuli, she would be very upset with Tukaram Maharaj, as well as Lord Vittala. She was very upset with Lord Vittala, because she used to always say, it is because of this person Vittala, that my husband has become so mad. My husband has become mad for him, and we are not getting even properly even one meal of a day. So she used to like this way, she used to chastise Lord Vittala. And I would like to share two profound stories from the life of Tukaram Maharaj, which has actually touched my heart, and which is even till date I remember these stories. The first time I went to Pandharpur Dham with the devotees from Whitefield. So I remember our like. Like one of the devotee had shared these pastimes, and So I would just like to repeat the past tense as is whatever I had heard from that devotee. So like Tukaram Maharaj, he was, like how I said, he was trying various businesses, and his goal was not to earn money. His goal was to chant the holy names, and then to give little whatever facilities possible to his wife and to his children. So after the monsoon, um, he decided to do this business of selling red chilies. So like how I said, even going through any of the difficulties, he was completely dependent on the Lord. Yeah, he was always transcendental, and none of the worry could touch him. Ahuli was very upset, but none of the worry could touch him. And finally, when the devotee doesn't worry, you know who worries? I'm sure you all know. It's Krishna who worries actually. So this is actually the secret. So let's say if we worry, if we as devotees, if we worry, then Krishna will think, okay, let me be free. You are anyway managing yourself. Let's see what happens. You take care, like that. But when a devotee takes complete shelter of the Lord, oh Lord, my job is to do the devotional service. Rest, it's yours, your duty. Please take care. And then Lord gets worried, and he has to now, he has to himself take care of us. So that is what was happening in the life of um, Tukaram Maharaj. And the Ahuli was very upset, and finally, the little money which Tukaram Maharaj had, so she said, let's do the business of red chilies. You go to the Konkan area, and you sell the chilies, red chilies. You bring all the money, and we will settle all the loans. It is said that Tukaram Maharaj had taken lot of loans because he had to feed his kids. So many times he had taken lot of money, and these people, they used to come to threaten Tukaram Maharaj, and they used to come to threaten Ahuli that you better give my money back. So finally, Ahuli begged Tukaram Maharaj that today, please, sell these chilies, and whatever money we get, we will we will pay back all the loans, and whatever is left, we will eat happily. So with this desire, she sent Tukaram Maharaj. But Tukaram Maharaj, nothing. He didn't have any desire. He didn't have any motive. He just wanted to chant the names of Lord Vittala throughout. So when he started with the three bags of red chilies, he was loudly chanting Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala. So throughout the way he chanted, and finally he reached the Konkan area where he spread his three gunny bags, and then he prayed to the Lord, oh Lord, I have come here definitely not to fill my belly, but to chant. It's another day, it's another opportunity for me to chant your holy names, and also sell these give these chilies, and then see what I get in return. And like how I said, he was completely in meditation on the Lord. He was just standing there, and he was just chanting Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala. He knew that Lord would come and he would take care. I mean, Lord would send people and he would take care of the rest. And it so happened that one person came, and he said, oh, are these chilies for selling? And then he said, yes, yes, please take. These are fresh chilies, red chilies. And then uh, like uh, the first person who had come, he took some chilies, and he asked he saw that Tukaram Maharaj, he was deep in meditation, and he was chanting the names of Lord Vittala. And when we go and when we buy something, what do we ask? We ask for discount, and we ask if we can take more. So this first person, he actually asked that, can I take some more chili? And then he was Tukaram Maharaj was so deeply engaged in chanting the holy names. He said, take as much as you want. Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala, 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 Vittala. Hari Om Vittala, 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 Vittala. So he went on chanting, and then this person took some more, and then he asked, "Can I take some more?" He said, "Vittala, Vittala, Vittala, Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala." Like this, he took a lot of chili, and this person who took lot of chilies, he went, you know what he did, he went throughout the Konkan area, and he said that, you know what is happening, this devotee, he has come, he is a very ardent devotee of Lord Vittala. He is so kind that he is giving chilies for free. He is giving a lot of extra chilies. Please go before the stock ends. Please go and take all the chilies. And people rushed like anything, and everybody came there. And then a few of them, they were initially, few of them, they were taking chilies, and then they were giving some rice in return. And after that few people who came, they said they took chilies, and then they said, we will come back later and give you money. And few people just like that, they took chilies, and then they went away. And Tukaram Maharaj was standing there, and he was just deeply chanting, Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala. And when he finally opened his eyes, and he saw that two bags of chilies are already empty. And then, but he was very happy to see that, some he has received some rice in return, and which he can use to fill his belly, his kid's belly. And after this, a rowdy comes there. This rowdy, he hears that chilies are being given for free. So he comes there, and then he says that, "Oh, I heard that you are giving chilies. So I'm in need of one bag of chili. I will take this whole bag. And then I am a very very well known person of this Konkan area. My servants will come and give you money." Like that. He actually didn't want to give money. He just, when we take something in bulk, you have to give a promise, like that. So he gave a promise, and then he took all the chilies, and then he went. And then Tukaram Maharaj is here. He thought, this is what the Lord wants. That's it. I mean, he took whatever the rice is there, he took, and he was very happy. But back there in the home, Ahuli is waiting. She's waiting that Tukaram, her husband will come, and he will, give her, he will bring lots of money sold, which he got by selling these chilies, and he will actually, all their loans will be given back, and they will be able to eat one good meal. So she's waiting, and she's thinking that, I hope this Tukaram, this husband of mine, like every other day, I hope he's not helping others, and he's not lost in meditation on chanting of Lord's name, and he doesn't come empty handed. So she's worried, as well as she's angry at Tukaram, and she's very very angrily as well as anxiously waiting. And you know this side, Tukaram Maharaj, he's not at all worried. Not worried of the Ahuli, not worried of the people who are threatening to pay his loan back, not worried of feeding his kids. He's just deeply lovingly engaged in chanting, Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala. You see, like, Tukaram Maharaj is so blissful. Huli is so angry and anxious. Tukaram Maharaj is not in tension. You see, who is tension now? Who is in tension now? See, the Krishna, who Vittala, who is none other than Krishna, is in great tension now. He is in tension that if Tukaram Maharaj goes back, he will get left and right from Ahuli. And he's in tension that these people who had given loan to him, they'll threaten him again. They might hit him also. So he is in worry now. He's Bhakta Vatsala, Anatha Rakshaka, Apat Bandhava, Krishna, Vittala. He is actually now in tension that, what can I do to actually save this devotee? He's not at all worried about himself. So Vittala, he came in disguise as a servant of Tukaram Maharaj. Lord is ready to do anything for his devotees. He came as Vitobha. He said that, I am Vitobha, the servant of the richest merchant Tukaram. You may ask me, richest merchant Tukaram? How is this, Tukaram so rich? Actually, Lord always he speaks the truth. Tukaram Maharaj was rich because of his love for Lord Vittal in his heart. He was eternally rich. So Lord knew that he's very very rich in his heart. So how did Lord introduce himself? I am Vitobha, the servant of the richest merchant Tukaram. So he went to each and every person who took chilies. He went to their home and then he introduced himself. I am Vitoba, the servant of the richest merchant Tukaram. My master has sent to collect Lakshmi, to collect money from you for the chilies you have taken. At that time the people said, which chilies? We have not taken any chilies. Then Vitoba reminds them that Tukaram Maharaj was actually chanting the names of Lord Vittala. He gave you chilies, and then they said that yeah, we didn't purchase chilies from him. He gave it away free for us. Then Vitoba says, see, my master has sent to collect money from you for the chilies he has sold to you. Now you better give the money. This is my work. I have to do it. By the end of the day, I have to give all the money to my master. You better give me. And then they say that, what is the proof that he has given the chilies? Do you know? We don't even know how much amount of chilies we have brought. We don't even know the weight. So how can we pay you? Then the Lord would say that, this much 2 kg of chili you have taken, 1.5 kg chili of you have taken. Lord would give the exact amount. And when they would weigh, they would see that when they would weigh the chilies, they would see it's the exact amount. See, like, like the amount of chilies that was given by Tukaram Maharaj doesn't know. Those people don't know. But Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mata Smritirjnanam Apohanam Cha. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto. Lord who is seated in the heart of every living entity. He knows everything. Who can hide anything from him? He knew the exact amount of chili that was given to everybody. So he quoted the amount weight of chili and he took the money from them. Few of them actually they were who are very pious. They thought that yeah, we have to give the money, and then they directly give. But few who were actually arrogant, they would, like Lord Vitoba, who would go to them. He would say, I am Vitoba, the servant of the richest merchant Tukaram, so you better give my money. And he would argue with them, he would fight with them, and finally, he would get their money. And finally, after collecting the money for 2 sacks, he finally goes to that rowdy. That rowdy who had smartly taken one whole sack of chilies, but not even given a single paisa. He goes to the that rowdy, and he introduced himself as, I am the I am Vitoba, the servant of the richest merchant Tukaram. So Tukaram Maharaj has sent me to collect money for the one bag of chili that you have taken. And then this person say, oh Tukaram, that person who is chanting the names of the Lord. So this person is actually he's my dear friend, and he has given chilies to me for free. So how can you even ask money from me? My friend has given me chilies, how can you even ask money from me? He says like that. At that time he says that I don't know all these things. My Maharaj, my master has sent me, has told that you have taken one bag of chili and you better give me money. And this rowdy, he threatens him. He says that no, he has given this free for me, and I'm not even giving, I am not going to give you anything. You just go away. And he says, Tukaram Maharaj, Vitoba, he is crying in front of that rowdy that you better give me money, otherwise my master will chastise me if I go back. I cannot hear the chastisement. You better give me money. And this rowdy finally he doesn't give money at all. And then you can imagine the Lord of the universe. Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom the death personified himself fears. What he can do, in order, what he could do to that rowdy to get to get the money back. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom everybody, even the death personified, he fears. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jvalantam Sarvato Mukam Narsimham Bhishanam Badram Mrityor Namamyaham. You know what Lord said? He said, I'll commit suicide. If you don't give me my money, I go the money of Tukaram Maharaj, I'll commit suicide. When he took a rope nearby, and he went to the nearby tree, and he tied the rope, and he was about to hang himself. You can imagine, Lord could do anything. Lord can do anything for his devotees. Lord is, he's begging for his devotee. He's going door to door, and he can become a beggar for the devotee. This is our dear Lord Krishna, who is, apat bandhava anatha rakshaka, who is bhakta vatsala, who is ready to do anything and everything for the devotees. So actually, see, we should be so proud that, we are under the shelter of such a great yet such a merciful Lord, who is ready to do anything for us. And yeah, finally, when the Lord is about to commit suicide, the nearby gentlemen, they come and they say, what happened, what are you doing? And then the Lord, he says, I am Vitoba, the servant of the richest merchant Tukaram, and this Tukaram Maharaj has sent me to collect the money. He had taken one bag, and then he explains the whole story. And then he says that if he doesn't give me the money, then my master will not, my master will kill me. So instead of my master killing, I will only commit suicide. So he will say this, and then he will actually about to, tighten his ropes. And then they say, no, wait, if you suicide, then, our village will have bad names. And then these villagers will ask them to give money. That rowdy, he will not give. They will beat him left and right. They'll beat him. They will fetch money from him, and then they'll give him. So this way, actually, Lord will collect all the money. And now the Lord again, he comes to Tukaram Maharaj, but he will disguise now as the servant of the head of the village. He will go to Tukaram Maharaj, and he'll say that have been sent by the head of the village. I am a servant of the head of the village. The I have collected all the money from all the people to whom you had sold your chilies, and take this money. And then Tukaram Maharaj will say, which money? Like Vitova will say, chilies, you had given chilies. Tukaram Maharaj say, I just gave those chilies, I didn't charge anything for them. I'm satisfied with the rice which we have. Like, we cannot even imagine the simplicity of Tukaram Maharaj. He was always straightforward. He knew that, he had not sold to them. They wanted to take it, and he had given them. And he didn't, he when he told this to Vitoba that actually I gave to them, he really meant it. He didn't want to cheat anybody, that no, I gave, in the behind, oh, I wish I could get the money. No, he really meant that, I'm satisfied with the rice that I got. And then Vitoba says, you better take it. The head of the village, he said that our village is a very rich village. We don't need, mercy from this Tukaram, who has come from the other place. You better take it. And then he said, we villagers are very rich. We don't need your money. And then he gave money. He kept the money in Tukaram Maharaj's hand, and he went. So this way we see that, sadhus, they capture the Krishna says in Bhagavatam that sadhu hir grasta hridayo, this, I am independent, but these sadhus, they capture me in my heart. And bhakter bhakta janapriya, the sadhus anyway they capture, but the devotees of the devotees also capture me. And there comes another story. I would like to share that Ahuli is the wife of Tukaram Maharaj. And she would always complain about Vittala, because she, like how I said, always, Tukaram Maharaj would chant the holy names, and he would forget. And he would go, like Ahuli would send, go and get some money. And Tukaram Maharaj would go, and by chanting the holy names of the Lord, Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala, he would forget everything. And then people would ask him for help. Somebody would say, fetch me the water from river. Somebody would say, can you please carry the groceries? Somebody would say, can you please wash your clothes? And he would always be engaged in other seva. This is actually the nature of the devotee, you see. We are always engaged in other seva. And then he used to forget that somebody is waiting at home. At that time, Krishna, who is the Bhaktir Bhakta Janapriya, who is the not just the devotee, not just the favorite of the devotee, but the favorite of the devotee of the devotee. He would go to Ahuli in various ways and he would give them, groceries, and in that way, Ahuli would cook and then feed his kids. This is the actually mercy of the Lord. And like Tukaram Maharaj, actually once he went to one nearby mountain and there he started like chanting the holy names of the Lord continuously for 15 days without eating, without drinking. This is actually pure devotional service above the bodily platform. So like his brother, he got to know that my brother Tukaram Maharaj, he's there somewhere on the top of the mountain and nobody knows, and no he and he has not had anything from long time. So um, he went in search of Tukaram Maharaj. And you know how he was finding the direction? He would go to the inanimate object, and those inanimate objects, the trees, the stones, would actually chant Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala. Wherever Tukaram Maharaj, whichever path he went, all the trees, all the stones, all the sand particles in that path were actually vibrating the holy names. This way his brother finally found him. And then when the brother came back and informed Ahuli that here is the location where Tukaram Maharaj is present. So at that time, like, she started taking lunch for him. When she was taking lunch for him, she packed his lunch and then she was climbing up the mountain, and that mountain was full of stones, pebbles, and thorn. And then Lord was actually walking behind her because it was very, very, sunny day. Lord was actually trying to carry, umbrella for her. But the best thing was, that is actually the best thing, that was that the Ahuli could see that Lord is coming behind her, and she would say, you go, go, go. You have spoiled my family. Why are you even following me? This black person, he is the reason for the destruction of my family. Like this, she used to curse Lord Vittala. You can imagine. Anyway, devotees are anyway controlling him, but the devotees of devotees are also controlling the Lord. And a thorn went deep inside, and she sits to remove, and actually Lord, he puts his hand to remove the thorn, and she would again chastise the Lord Vittala, saying that just go away. You, because of you, my husband has gone crazy, and all of this I have to go through. Just go away, like that. So this way we see that Lord is not just he's serving the devotees, but he's serving the devotees of the devotees. He is actually, he's more dear to the ones who is serving the devotees. If you see Ahuli, she was not at all a devotee of Lord Vittala, but she was a very, very chaste lady, and she was serving her husband very, very sincerely. And Lord could only see that she is serving my devotee, and that's it. I will serve her. This was how the service nature of the Lord. So and finally, we will discuss one more pastime of how Tukaram Maharaj will go back home, back to Godhead. One day in the dream of Tukaram Maharaj, Lord Vishnu, he comes in the forehand, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and he says that tomorrow, you know, I'm very much deprived by the distance from you. Tomorrow I will take you back to Godhead, so you be ready. And then Tukaram Maharaj was all ready, and he informed all the people around that I'm going back home, back to Godhead, so you can also join me, along with me. So next day they all, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Vittala, 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 Hari Om Vittala, 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 Panduranga Vittala, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ramakrishna Hari, Jai Jai Ramakrishna Hari. Like this, chanting the names of the Lord. He took all the people around him, and then they went. They reached a place where everybody could see that the Lord, he came in Garuda Vahana. Everybody could see the Garuda Vahana, beautiful. And the Vishnu Dutas who had come there to take the Tukaram Maharaj. And finally somebody will inform Ahuli that your Patidev, Lord has come to take him back, so you better come soon. So Ahuli, along with his sons, they come there, and then Tukaram Maharaj says, Ahuli, come, come, we'll go. आम्ही जातो आमच्या गावा. He says, this is like my true place, so I will go back to my true place. You can also join me. At that time, Ahuli says that no, no, I have to take care of my kids. I cannot come. This is what happens to us also. Like you imagine, like Lord comes and he says, devotees come and they say, come, come, we will go back home, back to Godhead, and we will all say, no, 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 tomorrow I have a deadline. I have to have a deadline to submit tomorrow. No, I cannot come. You know, like this is our fallen state now. And then finally, Tukaram Maharaj, he boarded the Garuda Vahana, and he went back home, back to Godhead happily, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari. Everybody could actually see the glorious departure of Tukaram Maharaj. So this is the glory of Lord Vittal and his devotees actually. I have a couple of more pastimes, so I'll take a couple of more minutes. I would like to share those pastimes, because for my purification and also for my remembrance, it's been so long that I have been, remembering these pastimes. So if you're getting late, or if you're, having other, work, I mean, the Sunday evening, I can understand. So you can drop off, but couple of more pastimes for few minutes I will discuss, and then we can end. So s- like uh, okay, I had made slides, but for every pastime, but because I was lost in sharing the pastime, that I couldn't move the slides. Anyway, like now we will be discussing about one other great devotee of the Lord. Her name was Kanu Patra. So this Khanopatra, she was a very, very beautiful daughter of the, dancer Shama. Her name was Shava. So they lived in Mangalveda, which is actually not very far from Pandharpur Dham. And Shama was she was a singer in the courtyard of a Muslim ruler. And Shama also taught her mother actually, she also taught her daughter to sing and dance. And she thought that, my daughter also, when she grows old, she will dance for everybody and she'll make a lot of money. And she was in this way, she was learning her dance and things like that. So once what happens is, a group of varkaris, devotees of the Lord, who are, traveling, who are walking on the foot to reach Pandharpur Dham to actually take darshan of Lord Pandarinath, Lord Vittala. So they loudly, they were singing and chanting, and they were passing I mean, they were crossing her house on their way to Pandharpur Dham, singing the Vittal bhajan. जय जय विठ्ठल विठ्ठल विठ्ठला, माझा विठ्ठल पांडुरंगा. जय जय विठ्ठल विठ्ठल विठ्ठला, जय जय विठ्ठल विठ्ठल विठ्ठला, माझा विठ्ठल पांडुरंगा. जय जय विठ्ठल, जय हरि विठ्ठल, जय जय विठ्ठल, जय हरि विठ्ठल, जय जय विठ्ठल, जय हरि विठ्ठल. Like this, when she heard the Varkaris singing the beautiful names of Lord Vitthala, her heart melted. And she heard that Lord Vitthala is Patita Pavana, the purifier of the fallen, the savior of the fallen. And then when she heard a lot of stories of Lord Vittala from these Varkaris, she developed an intense devotion for Lord Vittala. She wanted to go and take darshan. She had a great longing to go to Pandharpur Dham and take darshan of Lord Vittala. And soon she visited Pandharpur Dham, and when she saw the Lord, she her heart melted. She had tears in her eyes, and she decided that I want to stay here in the holy dham of Pandharpur and serve Lord Vittala till the last breath of my life. And she was serving in the Pandharpur Dham. She was cleaning the temple of Lord Vittala, and she was dancing for Vittala, and she was singing for Vittala. Like this, she was, spending her time. She sang so many abhangs. And she did bhajan in and around the temple. She brought water for Lord Vittala. Like this, she was doing so many wonderful activities for Lord Vittala. So like the it so happened that the Muslim ruler, he actually heard about the beauty of Kanopatra, and anyway Shama, her mother, was anyway dancing for him. He wanted that this daughter of Shama, Kanopatra, also come dance for him and satisfy him. So he initially he sent many requests, but Kanopatra, being lost in the devotion of Lord, she didn't agree to go. She didn't want any money, she didn't want anything, because she was ultimately satisfied in the devotion of the Lord. This is actually our true activity. The soul's true nature is to serve the Lord, and the more and more sincerely and lovingly we serve the Lord, that satisfaction we get, nothing else can give us actually. And finally the ruler, he sent messengers. He sent his guards to get her by force. And then when she saw that all the soldiers of that Muslim ruler, they are coming to forcefully take her, she ran into the Garbhagriha of Lord Vittala, and then in that intense devotion, she just left her body, in front of Lord Vittala, and then her soul, it went back home, back to Godhead. So in this way, we see that Lord, in that moment of intense devotion, Lord protected her by taking her home back to Godhead. In that moment of uh, you know protection that Lord wanted to give her. Lord's, mercy and protection is immense. We cannot even understand. And to this day, the samadhi of this Sant Kanopatra is right next to Pandarinath, Lord Vittal. So when we enter the temple, as soon as we get down the steps, there is a samadhi, or there is no samadhi within the temple. I mean, any other samadhi. There's only Kanopatra Maya samadhi, and from this samadhi, actually, a beautiful plant bloomed, and then it became a big tree. And this tree is, till now it is there. We can touch this tree. We can feel the vibrations in this tree. So whenever you go next time, you can see, you can notice the tree. And this is the devotion of Kanopatra, and this is the devotion of our Lord Vittal, who reciprocates to Kanopatra. And there was another devotee who was a little girl. She used to always go with her parents to see Lord Vittala. So once, when she went, she had heard that Lord Vittala is none other than Lord Krishna himself, who is standing there for the devotees to come and take his darshan. But she thought, oh, this is just a stone. Everybody are just saying, Vittal is standing, Vittal is standing. Every day morning they make me wake up and they take me to darshan. She was very tired, and she thought, today let me test if it is actually a stone or if it is actually the Lord. So when this little girl goes to take darshan of Lord Vittal, when she enters the Garbhagriha and reaches the lotus feet of Lord Vittal, she will use her finger to like press the Lord Vittal's feet, and Lord Vittal's feet will go down. I mean, there will be a hole that will happen in the Lord Vittal's feet, and that hole, up to date, it is still there. You can, when you go to the Vittal's temple, you can see that hole. Lord, is to show that he's actually the Lord, not just a stone. He, when she touched his feet, when she pressed his feet, there became a hole. And in this way, Lord's she experienced that Lord's feet is so soft that little hurt he gets. He's still, even though he's in the form of Vittal, he's still having a mood of little Krishna. And even now, like few of us, actually, we have been to Kakada Arti, which happens, the morning Arti, which happens, where we can go and we can take darshan of Lord Vittal. And when they are the dressing of the Lord, we can, see the Lord there. No other temple, I guess they'll allow, seeing the decoration. And in between, they'll be feeding makhan to the Lord. Yeah, you can you in the YouTube you can check for the kakada arti darshan. You can see a lump of butter, Lord will be fed in between, because they see that Lord is still a little Krishna and he gets hungry in between when they're dressing him up, so they'll be feeding makhan to him. So this is the devotion of the Lord and devotion of the devotees. And yeah, her life, Kanupatra's life, it teaches that nobody is so fallen, no soul is so fallen that we cannot actually take mercy, get the mercy of Lord Vittala. You see, she was a dancer in the courtyard, that was a very very low profession actually, but she attained the mercy and she went back home, back to Godhead. This is what I said. This is the tree. You can see this picture. This is the tree that is there. As soon as you enter the temple, you can see this tree, and her samadhi is still there. We can take blessings of her, that may we also take eternal shelter of Lord Vittal and serve Lord Vittal with the devotion, with the utmost devotion, like you did, Mother Kanopatra. So we can also offer prayers. And another story is of Sant Namadev. So Sant Namadev, from the small age, he actually was chanting the holy names of Lord Vittala. And as a young boy, actually, he was seeing that his parents are offering bhoga to the Lord, and then and then they would offer prasadam to him. Once, when his parents, they had to go to some other place, so they told him that you today you offer bhoga to the Lord. So he went to the, he took all the food offerings. He went to the Lord and he, placed the bhoga before the Lord, and he sat down patiently waiting for the Lord to, come and physically eat. He didn't know, like when they said Lord accepted the food, he didn't know that, Lord accepted the food via the eyes. He thought that, Lord would personally come, eat and go. That was his faith actually in the Lord, that, this is not the deity, this is the Lord himself. And when the deity remained still and the food was untouched, he started crying. He thought that maybe, I am not so fortunate that Lord is not, accepting the food. What will my parents say if the Lord is not having his food? When my parents come back, they'll chastise me. That you couldn't even serve our Lord properly. Lord did not eat. What kind of a son you are? They'll chastise me. So he thought, he was so scared that he started crying, and he started banging his head against the feet of the Lord, the deity. And seeing this uh, uh, you know childlike pure devotion that Namdev had for the Lord Vittal, Lord came and then he personally had those the food items, the bhoga that was offered to him. And when everybody came, when they saw this, they were in utmost shock that Lord could, Lord personally came, gave darshan, and with his hands, own hands, Lord had these wonderful items that was prepared for him. And Namdev ji, the name itself says Namdev, he was extremely devoted to the Lord, and he was always chanting the holy names of the Lord. And in the final moments, actually, Namdev, he said that uh, my samadhi should be there. I will leave my body at the in the footsteps of Pandharpur Dham, where the footsteps of the temple in the Pandharpur Dham, so that all the devotees from now onwards, whoever come, their dust will actually, I will get their dust. This is how much his humility was. And even now there is Namdev's pyre that is there. You see this image that is there, where actually Namdev, he took his samadhi. And he definitely wanted all the devotees to step on him, but definitely, how can devotees step on such wonderful devotee of the Lord. So they made another way via which, we will not be able to we will not be getting to step on these, but outside the temple we can go, we can fall, we can take the darshan of this Namdev Pairi, and we can take obeisances and take his blessings that, oh Namdev ji, I don't have any taste for the holy names, so please give me some taste for the holy names so that I can chant the holy names of Lord Vittal, and in this life I can go back home, back to Godhead, and serve the Lord eternally. And one final pastime is about Sant Janabai. Sant Janabai was again an ardent devotee of the Lord. She lost her parents when she was very young, and then she was actually, kept under the service of this Namdev, whom I just now discussed. So she was always, cooking for the devotees who would come to take darshan of Vittal. She would make, rotis and bhakris for the Lord, and for all the devotees who would come, and like uh, like uh, um, like she her devotion was so much that, she would make the wheat dough, that is the atta dough, and she would get tired, and she would ask, oh Lord, please help me, oh Vittala, please help me. And Lord would actually personally come, and he would help her in grinding the wheat. There will be that chakki, that chalan, where she would sit on one end and Lord would sit on the other end, and both would do that, chakki pisna, and that, that whatever that device, that chakki pisne wala device, that is still there now in the Gopalpur. When you go, you can actually see, not in Gopalpur, probably uh, in Vishnupad, above, when you're climbing up to Gopalpur. So there also you can, you can find Janabai's place, and in the Gopalpur also you can find this device of, Chakki Chalan, device of Mother Janabai. And Lord would sit with her, he would grind wheat for her, and sometimes she would get tired and sleep. At that time, Lord would himself do all the work. He would, tons and tons of wheat he would grind himself, and make a dough, and make a, like, roti, and he would press the roti, he would fry the roti, he would do everything. And Namdev, he knew that Janabai alone couldn't do this much of rotis. Lord was surely helping her, but others, definitely, they couldn't understand that. And one day it, so happened that Lord came, and she was so tired that Lord did all the chores for her. Lord filled water, Lord, did all the rotis, Lord cleaned the house, he did everything, and she served him dinner. And Lord said that, I'm very tired, can I go back tomorrow? And then she said, my house is so small, how will you even sleep here? He said that, I'm very tired, I cannot go. Then finally she gave a bamboo mat, and then she gave a blanket, and then the Lord Vittal slept there. And tomorrow, next day, he was actually very late for the Kakada Arti. And then Lord, he before sleeping, he had kept all his jewelry. You remove the jewelry because it is so heavy, and you keep it, right. So he kept all the jewelry, and then he, actually, he morning, when Lord woke up, he saw that, oh my God, I'm late. People will now come and open the door of the Pandarpur temple, and if I'm missing, then big havoc will happen. So he, with that blanket, he started running, and finally he reached. When they opened the door, they saw that Lord was with the blanket, and all his jewelry were missing. And then, they thought that some theft has happened, and somebody has come. They have left the blanket, and by mistakenly, and they have stolen all the jewelry of the Lord. And they will realize, searching, they'll realize that this is the blanket of Janabai. And when they'll search the house of Janabai, they'll find all the jewelries. And the ruler of the town, so they will, actually, they will put her behind the bars, and then they will, they'll put her behind the bars, and then they will, you know they will finally give death sentence to her. And she thinks that, if this is what Lord wants, then so be it. she always wanted to serve the Lord, be be it when she was alive or in death. So she thought that maybe Lord doesn't want me to reveal that he was coming and helping me. So if that is what Lord desires, so then I mean, so be it. So then what she did is, she was ready to, for her to be hanged. And they were almost they tied that rope around her. It is called sula. They tied that rope around her, and then when they were about to push that chair, because of which the rope would become tight and she would die, that rope melted. That rope melted into melted into melted gold. And then everybody around, you know the Lord, he appeared and he transformed the instrument of the death into in his own form to protect her. And everybody realized that she is actually a pure devotee of the Lord. And she was actually it is Lord who was actually going to her house and who was serving her. And then she became extremely famous. And hearing her glories, one devotee called Kabir Das, he had heard a lot about Janabai's glories, and he traveled far and wide to come there to take her darshan and to take her association. So when this devotee Kabir Das came, he saw that two women were fighting for the over the cow dung cakes. Like both women were saying that this cow dung cakes, cow dung cakes, they used to dry it, and then they used to use that to they used to burn that to actually cook, keep a vessel and cook whatever, so could cook the boga for the Lord. So both the women were fighting that this cow dung cake belonged to me. And when Kabir Das came, he got to know that one of the ladies was Janabai. He was in shock. And then he asked, Janabai, why are you even fighting that over this little cow dung cakes? Then she said that Janabai explained that these cow dung cakes, they were made with love. And love and devotion. And sometimes Lord Vittala himself, he would come and help her to make these cow dung cakes. How can the other person claim that it is hers? And she said that these cow dung cakes are used to make used to cook for the service of the Lord and for the service of the devotees. So she had put so much of hard work, now she cannot just give it away like that. So she said that also she said that these cow dung cakes were infused with the names of Lord Vittala. And when the panchayat came, and then they asked her, how do you know that this is how can we believe that this is your cow dung cake and not hers? Then yeah, she said that these cow dung cakes, I made it with love, and they're completely dripped and drenched in the holy names. And to their shock, when they kept that cow dung to their ear, they heard the cow dungs loudly chanting Vittala 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 Vittala. You can imagine the devotion of Jannabai, Mother Jannabai. Because of her devotion, even the cow dung cakes which she makes, even those have the vibration of the Lord's name. So in this way, actually, this is why actually we in ISKCON, we always ask that please, have only prasadam and not anything else, because whoever cooks something, whoever makes something, the consciousness of that person enters that food or that object. So and then it will come to us. Let's say if they're angry, that consciousness comes to us. Let's say they're upset, that let's say they're anxious, that anxiety comes to us. So whenever we offer, we have only from the hands of the devotees, and especially when we offer it to the Lord, so all the consciousnness, bad consciousness is gone, only the divine consciousness and enters us, and this way actually we become purified. So this way we see that Lord Vittala Panduranga, he's not just worshipped as a deity, but he's worshipped as Mauli. He's worshipped as mother and father. Vithoba, he's worshipped as a father and mother by all the devotees actually. So we see that how um, if we go to Pandharpur Dham, we see that people, I mean, they're called Vithala as Mauli. And Vittala, he says that Vittu Vittoma Jale Kuravala. He says that, these are my children. He accepts all of us as his children. And the people there, they call Vittala Mauli and they call Vittoba, that is the father and the mother. So, via this beautiful pastimes, we learn that, it's only by the devotion we can actually conquer the heart. We heard the story of Tukaram Maharaj, we heard the story of Jannabai, we heard the story of Namdev, we heard the story of Pundalik. Everywhere we saw that when we do sincere devotion to Lord and His devotees, Lord will actually reciprocate multifolds. And we also saw that how Lord protects his devotees in so many wonderful ways, you know and we also saw that just by chanting, constantly chanting the names of the Lord, we can surely attain the Lord one day. And the names of the Lord that is given to us by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was actually the spiritual master of Tukaram Maharaj, the names that are given to all the Kali Yuga Vasis, for us is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is said that Hare Nama, Hare Nameva hi kevalam kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva hi gatiranyata. In this age of Kali, there is no other shelter, no other shelter, no other shelter than the holy names of Lord Krishna. So let us, beg and pray to all these devotees. Let us beg and pray this day to Vittala, Lord Vittala and Mother Rukmini, that please give us some taste for the holy name. Please give us some taste for the service of the Lord, service of the devotees. Please give us some taste for the association of the devotees and hearing the Krishna Katha, hearing the Vittal Katha, hearing the Jagannath Katha more and more, so that we can slowly go closer to the Lord, increase our faith and love for the Lord, and soon, like how these devotees went back home, back to Godhead, we also, uh, cutting the shackles of rope of birth, death, old age, disease, we can also go back home, back to the Godhead. Thank you very much for so patiently hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare